Thank you. Good to have all of you here. My friend just reminded me of what occurred to me when I was in your country, in Taiwan. I was in an elevator in Taipei, alone, riding up to my room, and I was whistling. And it stopped at another car, and a passenger got on the elevator to ride with me, and he heard me whistling, and he looked at me and he said, "Happy man, happy man." And that made me feel good, and I appreciate very much the friendship that we've enjoyed between your country and our country. Welcome to America. Good to have all of you here, and thank you. Thank you, sir. My gosh, I don't ever cross you.
I'd like to introduce to you Congressman Michael McCall from the state of Texas, the Lone Star State, right? I'm from Holland.
Thank you. It's great to be here, and I just wanted to come by to express my support for Taiwan and the independence of Taiwan. The Formosa Betrayed, I thought the movie showed quite well what happened in Taiwan and what the relationship is like with China. As you know, China, we try to stay on good terms, but sometimes they make things difficult, not only for Taiwan, but for the United States, in protecting our intellectual property, protecting us from espionage. So when I was asked to support Taiwan and their independence, to me it was really a no-brainer, because it's in line with our principles of our founding fathers of freedom and independence. And that is why I sit on the Foreign Affairs Committee, and that is why I co-sponsored the resolution to have the United Nations recognize Taiwan as an independent and sovereign nation. So thank you for being here tonight, and as my colleague indicated, this is not a Republican or Democrat issue. This is a bipartisan issue. This is an issue that we stand up in Congress for freedom and independence. Thank you.
Let me introduce somebody very special to me personally. I think over the past 20 years, he has not missed any of our events. He's very close to our chapter in New Jersey. And he originally said he couldn't make it, but then when found out that Dr. Tsai is here, he had to make it. So a warm applause for Congressman Robert Andrews.
Well, thank you, Cone. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really here for three reasons. One is that I have such affection and respect for Cone and the work that we've done here together and all the members of the association. The second is I'm a believer in a stronger America and freedom, which is why I support the relationship between the United States and Taiwan. And the third is I'm an alumnus of Cornell University, Doctor, as I know the doctor is as well, Cornell Law School. Cornell University and the law school only turn out great leaders. And we certainly turned out another one, Doctor. We're delighted to have you here with us. You know, the main reason I'm here is something remarkable in many areas of the world is going to happen in Taiwan next year. People are going to go to a ballot box and in secret cast their ballots and choose the next leader of their nation. And perhaps that leader is here with us this afternoon. This is a remarkable phenomenon for that area of the world. There's so many countries in Asia and around the world where elections are unheard of. It speaks to the strength and character of Taiwan, that is a thriving liberal democracy, a place where freedom exists and where hope persists. We are honored, Doctor, to have you as our guest with us here. We admire your perseverance. We obviously understand your great intellectual prowess, given the fact that you're a Cornell graduate, as I said earlier. And we welcome you to the dialogue among Democrats with a small d, Democrats who believe in the faith of democracy. America will be stronger when democracy is more prevalent around the world. We commend the good people of Taiwan for their democratic spirit. We wish you the best, and we know there will be years of interaction between those of us privileged enough to serve in the U.S. government and those who are leaders of the great and free nation of Taiwan. Thank you, Doctor.
as these things go, we have to rush and we have to think. But I'd like to acknowledge Congressman Sablan from the Mariana Islands and Congressman Lundgren from Sacramento. But yeah, I know that's the next. I'd like to introduce. No, he doesn't want to say. Yeah. We're also very honored to have Congressman Howard Berman here. I think every Taiwanese American should be grateful for one specific thing that Congressman Berman did in 1994. And I'm not sure if he remembers. What he did is that every Taiwanese American, passports, every Taiwanese American who came to the United States had to list in his passport birthplace China. And of course, our members were absolutely not in support of that. So we talked to Congressman Berman in 1994. He passed a bill allowing for every Taiwanese American to truthfully list their place of birth not as China, but as Taiwan. So I want to really honor contribution to the people of Taiwan. He is the ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee, and it's a big honor again to introduce to you Congressman Howard Berman.
Well, it's an honor for me to be here. It's an honor for me to welcome Dr. Tsai, who I had the honor and pleasure of meeting. We led a congressional delegation to Taipei in the summer of 2010, and they had a wonderful meeting with you. And it's a very strange situation. We can come and greet you here in the Rayburn building when you are the leader of the opposition, but when you're the leader of the country, we can't greet you here in the Rayburn. That's a very strange policy. I know, or we're changing our policy. But anyway, it is good to be here, and I admire all of your commitment to strengthening Taiwan's democracy, your devotion to the Taiwanese people. I don't know why so many of you go to Cornell, but that's a different question. And FAPA, thank you for all that you do here on the Hill. The one thing that's, I don't want to take long, my friend Gary Ackerman is here and others, and I want to give them a chance to talk. But the one thing about Taiwan and what you've done, and this is particularly true really since the mid-1980s, it has become a bipartisan issue. The support for Taiwan, the right for Taiwan to be able to defend itself, the admiration for the democracy that has taken hold there, not one election, one time, but peaceful transitions of power, freedom of the press, real democracy has built in. And there was a time when Taiwan, some very courageous people in Taiwan were risking their freedom for this fight, and they were successful and won the hearts and minds of many of us by their successful struggle for democracy in Taiwan. So once again, it's good to be here to welcome the leader and of the DPP, and to thank you all for all of your help and advice over the years.